Hi, I'm Chris Morris. Have you ever tried to surprise someone with a beautiful omelet for breakfast only to find the bottom of it burned and the top of it raw? That is not a good start to your day. For a long time, I avoided making omelets. I just thought they were too fancy for me to tackle. But one day I decided to give it a try, and I discovered that they're not nearly as hard as those restaurants make it seem. So, if I can learn how to do it, so can you. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious and beautiful omelet without being intimidated by it. The first thing we're going to do is get our ingredients together. We're going to need some butter for the pan so the eggs don't stick. We're going to make a 3-egg omelet, so we have 3 eggs. And our filler today will be ham and cheese. Then we just need some salt and pepper to taste. Omelets are extremely versatile. You can do pretty much anything with them that you want to. You can put any combination of meat, cheeses, and vegetables in them that you like. We're going to put about a tablespoon of butter into this 8-inch non-stick pan. Non-stick is very important. And let it melt. While that's melting and getting ready, we'll scramble the eggs. Now, I just do these with a fork. You can do them with a whisk, but I think it puts a lot more air in your eggs and makes it slower to cook, so I prefer using the fork. And you just need to get these good and mixed up so that the eggs are completely mixed up with the whites. So you get a nice yellow consistency in your omelet. You can also use oil in the pan if you prefer, or I've even used non-stick spray and it works out just fine. Just doesn't have that buttery taste. Now the butter's melted and pretty much done foaming, so we're just going to add our eggs into the pan. And these don't sizzle right away like fried eggs do. They cook a little bit slower than that. Now you're going to see the edge of the omelet start to dry a little, and that is because it's been cooking on the edge of the hot pan. So we're going to take our spatula and pull back from the edges all the way around the pan. That allows the liquid egg to get onto the hot pan and cook also. You're going to keep repeating this step until the liquid egg is completely cooked. You know, for a lot of years, eggs were considered the bad guy in the food community. They were considered to be very unhealthy and a large cause of heart disease. Fast forward 30 years, and the medical community was wrong. Healthline published an article in 2018 stating that eggs do not increase the risk of heart disease or stroke, but they do increase your good cholesterol and in some cases decrease your bad cholesterol. They're also loaded with proteins, nutrients, and vitamins, and have a little bit of almost everything we need each day. The article goes on to state that eggs are pretty much nature's perfect food. Now you might have noticed I didn't put any milk or water in these eggs. I know a lot of people do that for omelets and scrambled eggs, but I don't think it adds anything to it, and it actually tends to make your eggs a little bit runny. Also, world-renowned chef Gordon Ramsay suggests that we salt and pepper omelets at the very end of cooking instead of at the beginning. His reasoning is that the salt also pulls moisture out of your eggs, leaving your eggs a little bit dry but the pan a little bit watery. So, now that we've been pulling back these edges over and over, they're looking pretty good. The middle is no longer liquidy, but it is still uncooked. It's still wet looking, and that's good. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's at this point that you add your filling. So again, we're using ham and cheese today. You can pretty much put this into taste also. Obviously, if you put a lot of filling in, your omelet's going to be hard to handle. And if you put too little in, you're not going to have much flavor. So put in whatever you like. That's looking good. And now comes the scary part, folding your omelet. So your omelet is almost done cooking on top. You scoop underneath with your spatula that you've been using and just gently fold it over on itself. And don't worry if it's not perfect. The edges don't need to match perfectly. And if your egg breaks, it's not a big deal. Everybody breaks it sometimes. You just push it back into the general shape it's supposed to be, and it tastes great anyway. Your omelet continues to cook after you fold it, so the center does get done. You're not going to have slimy tasting eggs in the middle. Don't worry. At this point, your omelet is almost done. And you can slide it out on your plate. Just tip right over, let your spatula do some of the work for you. And you can garnish on top with some of your ingredients, just to make it look pretty. And there you have a beautiful omelet. So today we've learned how to cook the omelet, but what I'd really like you to take away from this is that, one, omelets are very easy to make. Anyone can make them. Don't be afraid of them. You can do a lot of fun things with them. Two, omelets are very versatile. You can make it pretty much any way you want. You can use any combination of meats, cheeses, and vegetables and have a different omelet every day if you'd like to. And three, eggs overall are one of the healthiest foods that you can eat. So don't be afraid of your eggs. Show everyone how you can make a beautiful, delicious omelet every time. You might just surprise them and yourself. Thank you.